While ground battles shift village by village, the real strategic rhythm of this conflict is set far above the battlefield, in the skies and beyond the horizon. Missiles decide when cities go dark, when factories fall silent, and when air defenses are forced to choose what they can save and what they must let through. Russia understood this early. As the war dragged on, Moscow increasingly leaned on long-range strike warfare as its most reliable instrument of influence. Cruise missiles, ballistic missiles, hypersonic systems, and waves of drones were never meant to win the war in a single night. Their purpose was attrition, systematic, relentless, and psychological. Each strike tested Ukraine's defenses, drained interceptor stocks, and reminded both Kyiv and its Western backers that the battlefield does not end at the front line. Now, that missile strategy appears to be entering a new phase. Recent reports suggest that Russia may be deploying a new and unsettling weapon in the Ukraine war: North Korea's Hwasal-1 cruise missile, potentially equipped with warheads weighing up to 1,000 kilograms. If confirmed, this would mark not just the introduction of another foreign system, but a shift in the logic of destruction itself. This is not about precision, it is about mass. For months, analysts have tracked the deepening military relationship between Moscow and Pyongyang, first visible through artillery shells and rockets, then through more complex systems. But cruise missiles with one-ton warheads represent an entirely different category of escalation. They are not tactical stopgaps. They are strategic tools designed to reshape how strikes are felt on the ground. The Hwasal-1 was developed by North Korea as part of its expanding cruise missile family, intended to complement its ballistic missile force. Unlike many Western cruise missiles optimized for precision and reduced collateral damage, the Hwasal-1 reflects a different design philosophy. Its defining feature is not stealth or pinpoint accuracy, but payload. A 1,000-kilogram warhead places it among the heaviest cruise missile strike systems in existence. To put that in context, most cruise missiles used in the Ukraine war carry warheads in the range of 300 to 500 kilograms. Doubling that weight fundamentally changes the effect of impact. Even if intercepted, debris from such a missile can cause significant secondary destruction. If it reaches its target, the result is not just damage, but obliteration, especially against reinforced structures, energy facilities, underground command posts, or industrial sites. This is why the potential deployment of the Hwasal-1 matters far beyond its technical specifications. From an operational standpoint, such a missile fits neatly into Russia's existing strike doctrine. Moscow has consistently used mixed salvos, combining drones, cruise missiles, and ballistic systems to saturate Ukrainian air defenses. A heavier warhead missile does not need to be used in large numbers to be effective. Its value lies in what it threatens. Targets that previously required multiple hits can now be neutralized with a single strike. This shifts the cost equation. One missile, one target, maximum effect. For Ukrainian air defense forces, the challenge becomes even more severe. Intercepting a cruise missile is already a race against time. Intercepting one with a one-ton warhead raises the stakes dramatically. Even a successful interception does not guarantee safety on the ground. Falling fragments, still carrying massive kinetic energy and explosive potential, can devastate infrastructure beneath the interception point. In other words, the missile does not have to hit to hurt. But perhaps the most important aspect of the Hwasal-1 is not what it does tactically, but what it represents strategically. Russia's willingness to integrate North Korean cruise missiles into its campaign signals a broader transformation of the war's supply chains. This is no longer a conflict sustained solely by domestic production or traditional partners. It is becoming a networked war, where sanctioned states support one another in defiance of Western pressure. For Moscow, the benefits are clear. Access to additional missile stocks reduces strain on domestic factories and allows Russia to preserve its most advanced systems for deterrence or future contingencies. Heavy payload cruise missiles also expand the menu of strike options without requiring new launch platforms or doctrinal overhauls. For North Korea, the benefits may be even greater. Supplying missiles used in a real high-intensity war offers something no test range ever could: battlefield validation. Every launch provides data on reliability, survivability, guidance, and destructive effect. It is a rare opportunity for Pyongyang to refine its weapons indirectly, using a major conflict as a proving ground without firing a single shot itself. Geopolitically, the implications ripple far beyond Ukraine. The appearance of North Korean cruise missiles on European battlefields challenges the credibility of international sanctions and non-proliferation regimes. If a heavily sanctioned state can export advanced strike weapons into an active war zone with limited consequences, it raises uncomfortable questions about enforcement and deterrence at the global level. This development does not mean the balance of power suddenly shifts overnight. Ukraine's defenses remain resilient, and Western support continues to adapt. But the trajectory is clear. The longer the war continues, the broader its arsenal becomes. New suppliers, heavier warheads, and deeper alliances steadily expand the conflict's scope, even when front lines appear static. Missiles like the Hwasal-1 do not need to be fired in large numbers to alter strategic thinking. Their presence alone reshapes planning, increases uncertainty, and raises the cost of every defensive decision. In the Ukraine war, silence is rare, but sometimes the most important change happens before the launch. When a new weapon enters the equation, and everyone realizes the war has found yet another way to escalate without warning. And once again, the battlefield stretches far beyond Ukraine itself. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.